If you're looking to play lead country guitar, electric country guitar, you don't really know where to start, here are 10 modern country guitar riffs that everybody should know, whether you're just starting out playing some chords, looking to start picking up some lead lines, or maybe you already know some stuff like some blues, some rock, maybe some metal, and you want to countrify your playing. These are the 10 licks, riffs, whatever you want to call them, that everybody should start out on. This is how you get your mindset thinking of country music, and it's going to be all modern or relatively modern, starting in the late 1980s with the neo-traditional look going up through today. So here are 10 licks that everybody should know. Let's get into it. And we're talking guitars, Cadillacs, etc., etc. With Dwight Yoakam is very important, especially in reviving the neo-traditional classic country sound of the late 80s and early 90s. It's what brought country back to its country roots after, a decade of kind of a more popish sound. This song, very important, off of the record, actually named after the record. It's Guitars and Cadillacs, and it sounds something like this. Going up to 1993, we're talking little Georgia, little town of Newman, we're talking Alan Jackson, Chattahoochee, very important country guitar song. Brent Mason, one of the best players in the entire world, wrote this intro. It is a little syncopated. You got to play a little bit around with the timing, but once you get this on your fingers, you'll be off to the races. It's Chattahoochee by Alan Jackson. Now, jumping forward just 1 year to 1993, I actually wanted to put a different song in this place, but the song that I had in mind actually was a little bit more complicated than I thought. Now, I like this song is because it includes some open strings and gets you mixing open strings and, fretted strings without playing cowboy chords. It makes you think a little bit more. It's a really cool song, very popular song. The guitar parts are pretty cool, very simplified. Here is Should Have Been a Cowboy by Toby Keith. Next up, we have Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn, classic 90s country sound. It's very repetitive, but we're going to play through the whole thing because it changes a little bit, but it's essentially the same lick on the E, the A, and the D strings, and different orders. It goes like A string to D to A to D to A to E. Anyways, this is what it sounds like. Awesome 90s country sound. Next up, we have My Town by Montgomery Gentry, talking about 2001. Really cool era of country music, really cool modern sound. Very simple song, very simple riff, but it gets your mind thinking of the cage system, particularly with the C shape of the D chord, and it gets you thinking about playing arpeggios. It sounds like this. All right, now we're jumping ahead again to 2010. Pretty large gap here, but pretty important song. It's a cover song. It's another cover song on this list, but it's Jason Aldean's My Kind of Party. Very rockin' intro riff. I remember this was kind of like the album around the time that country got really, really rockin'. So it sounds a little bit like this. Oh, you want to tune down to E-flat standard because most of Jason Aldean's are in E-flat standard. Also released in 2010, Zac Brown Band. Also an E-flat standard, so keep that in mind when we play this riff. But this is a song that not a whole lot of people know about. It's like the last song on the Colder Weather album. It's called Who Knows. If you've ever listened to them play it live, especially at the Pass the Jar live from like the Georgia Theater album, it is incredible. It's a jam. It's a bop. Here's the intro riff. It is such a cool, fun, groove rocking country thing. So this is what it sounds like. Next up is Dirt by Georgia Florida Line, which is an incredible country song. This riff, if you will, is very simple, very effective, only a few notes, but it gets your mind thinking of holding bends and pre-bends, which are very, very important in country guitar playing, and it sounds like this. In 2015, Justin Timberlake joined Chris Stapleton on stage and literally rocked the world to this song. Very important song. Originally David Allan Coe's song, but the implementations that skyrocketed Chris Stapleton to the top of the charts and our hearts and basically becoming the best country artist of the last, I'm going to say decade, maybe even 2 decades. This is Tennessee Whiskey. Very easy, very simple song. Sounds like this. Next up, we have Make It Sweet by Old Dominion, 2019. Really cool, fun song. And it uses some open strings, which is also important in country music. And it sounds something like this. And if you want to dive deeper into these songs, learn more about them, learn some licks, learn some of their solos, and fully grasp the songs and the concepts, check out this playlist over here. It's all 10 of those songs broken down a little bit further, and I'll see you over there. And until then, let the music play.